We've got dehydrated cloth towels, instant towels. This is what they look like. And they just poof out once you get them wet. Some tissue paper. Now the instructions on the filter, how many times to clean it, how to clean it, that type of thing. And the last couple things we have in here, looks like some Tylenol. Face paint, so you can cover anything that's shining in the, and you can see it's been used, shining in the black and green, so you can cover up your skin or whatever it might be shining. That you don't, if you're trying to hide Nevada, obviously. And then also 2 boxes of 9mm, and these are hollow points. And I think, where did I put it? Oh, here. Yeah, these are hollow points on the top. Yeah, this is an alternating, because this is a Should Hit the Fan magazine. What I do is I alternate the rounds. So I've got Full Metal Jacket and hollow point. And for those that don't understand why, Full Metal Jackets won't go through anything. Hollow points won't go through anything. They'll mushroom when they hit something, relatively solid. So, damn, I got one round too many in there. It's too tight. So, my Should Hit the Fan magazines have alternating rounds. That way, if I'm shooting, or I have to shoot out of my car, or shoot through a door or whatever, at least every other round is going to go through. All right. Now you can't carry like this. I mean, you could, but you're going to have, it's legal, but you're going to have a hell of a time explaining to a judge and a jury, why you set up your magazine like this, and if you end up ever having to shoot somebody. It's pre-planning is what it is. So I wouldn't recommend carrying, your concealed weapon or on your hip or open carry and setting up your magazines like this, because it just basically is telling people, well, I know what I'm doing and I want to make sure I kill somebody. So all my magazines for home defense and what I self-carry are hollow point, and I have an extra mag that's also hollow point, and then my third mag is Full Metal Jacket. And I do that, and my explanation behind that is, today, with all these moron nutcase shooters that we've got coming out of the woodwork, if I'm inside a building or something, and some nutcase is coming at me, I may need to shoot through a counter or a door to get in, to take them out. And so that third magazine, I can pull the mag in my weapon, insert the third magazine, and I've got Full Metal Jacket for that reason. But the first 2 primary mags are hollow point. And then finally in that pocket is this little thing. Some of you have seen this in my previous video where I did a review of a bunch of different night vision devices. This is my night vision scope for my small packs. And you might be going, huh? That can't be night vision. Well, it sure is. This little device right here. Actually it cost me $98, and I have one in every one of my small kits. Optics Planets where I get them. They are a OLED display grayscale night vision device. And I'll tell you what, they shocked the hell out of me how nice they work. I mean, they are, it's hard to describe how good these things work. Now, the built-in infrared illuminator will only give you about 25, maybe, 20 yards clear you know, distance-wise, because I mean it's a small illuminator. It's not got a lot of power. It's running off 3 AAAs, and of course that illuminator is going to draw down power really quick. So what I have is all these are paired with an external flashlight that has IR illumination capability. Remember I said I'd come back to this? So I can mount this to my vest or belt or whatever, put it in IR mode, or I can use my Nitecore and put it into IR mode, and now I can use this to see out 100 yards easy. This little device at night, pitch black. With an IR flash, with a really good IR flashlight, I can see for 100 yards with this little thing. $98. So, and that's one of the things that you absolutely should have for shit hit the fan, is night vision. And I know a lot of people scoff because they don't have the money to pay for night vision. It's expensive. But part of the point of this group was to find inexpensive but good, solid options for people to use for their shit hit the fan. And if you're serious about wanting to survive, you've got to have some form of night vision. That's all there is to it. And so, $98, some batteries, and get yourself a good IR flashlight. And, you know, you turn off the infrared on this and use your flashlight, the batteries in this will last forever. And then, of course, as you can see, it's small, compact. You can hook it to your belt. Or, as I do, I have one in every one of my little kits. Let me turn that around, keep the lens clean. Sometimes straps are a pain in the ass. And the nice thing about this being a fanny kit is, you notice I can take it off and put it on my belt if I go to a carnival or a festival or something like that. And now I've got not only a night vision device, but I've got extra ammo. I got some medication, you know, Tylenol, aspirin in there, water purification if I need it. You know, it's a nice thing so I can get back to the kit. Below that, and this one does not detach, it's the next pocket. On the outside of it is where I keep, in this one, remember I showed you that it had the bottom compartment where I kept the emergency water. In this one, I keep the emergency water on this outside pouch. And I forgot that I got to check the dates on these too, because I'm going. Remember, I said I'm going through all these, and this one is. Oh shit! This is the old ones, so these got to be replaced. I thought I updated these last summer. I guess not. I kept. That's right. I kept them. So these are out of date. They last about 5 years date-wise. And we just use them when they're out of date. We'll go ahead and put them in the dog and cat's dish. There's nothing wrong with them, but you know, it's water, so I like to keep them up to date. And when I go through and check all my stuff, I just replace them with the updated ones we have now that we just got a new shipment of. So, but that's where I keep the emergency water in this pack, and that's a quart right there, I think. No, it's not. It takes 6 of these to make a quart. Survival blanket, of course. In the pocket behind it, I've got one of my SOG I keep forgetting that these lock. Tridents are really with the patent number. And if it's got the patent number, you know it's a real one. I really like these knives. I mean, there's no comparison at all. I just got to remember that they do have a lock on them, which is nice, so when you're putting them away, you don't cut the shit out of yourself. But this is an awesome freaking knife. It's a what do you call it? I can't remember the term I want to use, and probably one of the sharpest tactical foldables I have by far. It holds an edge like a razor blade, but they're expensive. I think these are $70, $80 for one like this. They're made out of lightweight aircraft aluminum and of course steel for the blade, but somebody had told me that they thought these were actually titanium, but I'm not sure. Something I should probably check on and find out. But again, if you're going to get SOG, if you're going to spend the money, make sure you get the real ones, because there's a bunch of Chinese knockoffs and they write on them SOG, but SOGs will have the patent number and some other features I'm not going to put in the video, so those watching will have to figure it out. Coffee filters, a backup method of filtering water, or actually it can be used primary too if you're in really bad water. Before you use your life straw, you filter out the biggest stuff with coffee filters and then use your straw. I can't remember if it's penicillin or ampicillin. Oh, I wrote on it. Duh. Penicillin. Always helps to read before you try and figure out what you're doing. But penicillin, and yes, it's a rubber sealed whatchamajigger. A knife sharpener, just handheld, you know. Waterproof matches. They're water and windproof actually. They get a little cotton in the top, of course, and a striker with some extra strikers on the inside. The second one, which this is the military version, and I also have extra matches. These are not waterproof, but they're in a waterproof container. This one also has a survival mirror in it, and then a little striker on the bottom. So if it's a nice day or whatever, I want to start a fire, I'll use these. I don't want to waste those. And of course, like all my kits, a backup blade for doing junk work. But I don't want to, and I don't want to take the chance on ruining my really good blade. I'll use, just a basic cheap flip knife. And of course, a Bic lighter. So I'll throw this stuff in here. And then on the very back I have paracord. There's about 25 feet in there. I've got tape, camo tape, to wrap any items or weapons, my tin cup, that kind of thing. And then of course neckerchief, handkerchief, whatever you want to call it, which is also camo. Alright, now we get to, let's see, make sure I've covered, oh, I guess I did miss a pocket. And here is my gun cleaning gear. Some more tissue, and that's it. And I use one of these because I can clean both my AR or my 9mm with that one. It's a universal size, stretchy, and I don't normally carry gun oil and stuff in these smaller packs, but I can use transmission fluid, something like that, carb cleaner, whatever, to handle the worst of it when I'm cleaning a weapon and I'm on the run. So I can use my life straw to fill another item. That's what the hose was for my life straw. So I can either drink directly using that, or I can hook the hose to this, suck water out, put it into my canteen. A couple of 12-hour or 5-hour energy drinks. I got these free. I don't normally carry these, but you never know, so I might as well use them up if I ever have to. And being on the run during shit hit the fan, that's probably one of the best times you might want to use them up. So instead of throwing them away, I just throw them in here. I don't use them as a rule. Extra pair of socks, and you'll notice they're vacuum sealed, so it saves space and weight. And here we have some more towels. And when you get these wet and they poof up, they're pretty nice. They don't fall apart. I mean, it takes effort to actually tear them. Toiletries, razor, toothbrush, cleaning stuff, etc., toilet paper. Food. There are 3 packs of dehydrated potatoes in this vacuum sealed bag. Each one of these packs, for me, is 2 meals. For 2 people, it'd be 1 meal. So that's 6 meals right here. Combine it with the survival bars or any game that you might catch or fish you catch, you got a pretty decent meal. The rest of the cleaning kit. Backup knife. That can be hung around your neck or your vest or whatever. Wrong way. Let's go this route. Eating utensil knife. And because this one was prepared for winter, heating pads and MRE heaters. And then I also have 2 more survival blankets. You might wonder why I'm carrying 3. Because I can use them also for shelter. So if it's raining, I can use one to make a tarp. Go through that in a second. Right here, I've got some condiments and stuff. And basically these are just extra packs I took out of my MREs from the Navy. And then another primary stash of food. And there are 1, 2, 3 packs in here too, all vacuum sealed up. Each one of these is 4 servings based on the package, but I basically say it's 2 servings per pack because I eat a lot. Now if you can get by without eating much, then it's going to be 4 servings for you. But again, when you start putting this together with the mashed potatoes, with any fish or meat that you get, on your trek home, you're talking about easy survival for a good 2 weeks. I mean, there's no reason that with what I carry in this pack, I should not be able to pull it out of my vehicle and survive. And that's not counting, as I said before, that's not counting the food that is in the kits, in the emergency kits that we keep in each of our vehicles, the boxes, because each of those also have a couple dehydrated packs of food in them, water packs, that type of thing as well. So, you know, if you can carry it, there's a whole hell of a lot more in my vehicles that you're going to have access to. You know, it's all about surviving, and some of the stuff may get left behind, but I would rather have it and leave it behind for somebody else than not have it and wish I did. You know, I can always overpack and leave stuff behind, but if I don't have it to start with, there's not much I can do about it. Let me think, because I just realized there's something. No, I didn't put one in here. That's why. I was just going to say I was thinking I was missing something, but I'm not. Because these two packs don't have, unless I put it in here. I don't think I did, though. No, I didn't. I don't have P38 can openers in either of these. And the reason I don't have them in these is, one, I've got them in my Go kits that I showed you the other day, that go anywhere with me anyway. Two, they're in the boxes in the vehicles. And three, we have them on our keychains. And then finally, what was in the bottom of this is one of the Gerber survival kits, which have a lot of stuff in them. They've got everything from a chainsaw to, well, even a little dinky flashlight, fire starting, waterproof and windproof matches, paracord, flint and steel, survival guide, nylon string for fishing gear. It's got hooks, leaders, sinkers, and a bobber. It's got a multi-tool in it, a knife, another emergency blanket, paracord, cotton, small first aid kit, a whistle, and no, I'm not going to open it up because they're a pain in the ass to reseal when you do. Basically, it comes with a whole buttload of survival stuff in it. And it's made by Gerber, so they're decent quality. And I keep one of these in the dashboard glove box of every vehicle and in all my kits. All my larger kits like this. Nice, convenient, has everything that I need for all the smaller gear. Get back in there. And if I were smart, what I should do is have this on the outside and tied to this one, or fit inside that one. But you know, you don't think about that stuff all the time. And so, in essence, that is the smaller kit that I call the 2-week kit. Oh, I know what I was thinking it was missing. This. But it's not missing because this one goes in the truck. This for the truck. Remember, this is the one that comes apart. It has the little tools in them and everything. The one for the truck is in the truck on the dash because I used the pen the other day. I got to start remembering to put stuff away. At least it's in the truck still. These kits, like I said, I call these my 2-week kits. And one of these stays in each vehicle at all times. Even though the trucks all have, the truck and car have their own container, you know, with the extra blankets or whatever. The ones in the vehicles don't have all the little stuff. They've just got some of the big, some extra food, some extra water, blankets, change of clothes, you know, a pack of batteries, maybe a knife, our boots, or extra set of boots, that kind of stuff. So these are the 2-week packs, and these stay in the vehicles at all times. And other than, you know, updating them and fixing them up like I'm doing right now.